young summoner. She's currently chatting to some nocturnal spirit messengers in Wucai village. No, you definitely won't be disturbing them. But don't be scared if you see nocturnal spirits. If someone annoys them, then they'll definitely be yes, they look a little strange. When I saw them for the first time, I was scared out of my skin.
I'm from Heavenly Ridge. I've heard the whole story of Wu Zhao's downfall and the destruction of the land. But I never would have thought that war was able to put your whole nation in such a
胜负都算平
condition.
常事，若是堂堂正正战败，哪怕身死当场，我等也不会有半句怨言。但何
You
兆
mean
人
that they're using the demon sword? Just look at how we look. I shouldn't have to point that out again. The dark and negative qi has penetrated. You have suffered so much. That's why we're asking the Heavenly Ridge to grant us access to the Yinhua source, to help us come back to our senses and alleviate the pain. I feel sorry for you, but the Yinhua source is a holy place for the Heavenly Ridge. Not even my master can make that decision alone. He has to consult the Patriarch Jing Xuanyi in Spiritopolis. Yilang. Spiritopolis will make a fair decision. I'll take my leave. I don't know what the Mentor and the Grand Warlock spoke about. I found it almost unbelievable when I first heard about it. But after the Mentor had asked her about the details, there was no longer any doubt. What? Do you somehow doubt the Grand Summoner of the Heavenly Ridge? Don't be so nervous. Diligence is also a good thing. I knew about Hao Sang's machinations, but I've never seen anything like the demon sword before. If you're really curious, there are lots of nocturnal spirits.
A wound caused by a demon sword is very difficult to treat, and it's also possible that the person who's been injured will fall victim to the negative qi, descend into madness and lose their mind. As far as I know, only medicinal herbs containing a lot of malignant qi are of any help. They suppress the negative qi in the body for a short while and can alleviate the symptoms. But they won't strike at the root of the evil.
They say that Goddess Nuwa crafted 5 colored stones to restore the tear in the heavens. Our village is named in memory of her.
Us Wu Zhao and the He Zhao used to be closely allied clans, but we became enemies after a row between the clan patriarchs 100 years ago. The feud has since turned into bitter rivalry. The balance of power between the two clans is very one-sided. For many years, the Wu Zhao had been winning for the most part, which is why no one, from the king down to the regular folk, took it seriously when we received a message about an ambush by the He Zhao. The commander was the only one who thought that to underestimate one's opponent is to lose sooner or later. But nobody listened to him. The He Zhao tore through our resistance like bamboo in a raging storm. And suddenly, there they were, standing outside the royal palace. And it was at that moment that people were haunted by the commander's warning, and no one more than the commander himself. He was accused of having conspired with the He Zhao. Long before the invasion of the He Zhao, the general often said that the king's chosen successor was incompetent. He even said that the great god of death once confided in a dream that he could take the successor's place. If you look at it that way, the general really is rebelling. There's no point. My life is worse than death would be. All who were struck by it are dead.
The people from He Zhao are attacking the southern regions and killing everyone there. It reminds me of something that happened over 50 years ago.
You mean the Devastator sect? Didn't the League wipe them out a long time ago?
Yes, that's true. The Devastator sect doesn't use demon swords. I think I worry too much.
Is this demon sword the reason why you transform?
Even if it's just a splinter, the negative qi that lies within it is not to be underestimated. You'll need to be careful even just looking at it. When they broke, the resulting explosion caused the Yin Spring to shoot up out of the ground. The Yulan Pen Festival was being held that very same day.
What a coincidence.
It was all divine will. It was a trial for our people, but also an opportunity to reunite the sacred objects.
Master, I believe the qualities of this fragment to be very similar to those of Hao Tsang's sword in the Valley of 100 Grasses. The smell of these nocturnal spirits is reminiscent of him too, at least before Hao Tsang lost the plot.
How do you feel? My master and I weren't lying to you, were we? This crimson cloud stone that Venerable Kunwuzi mentioned. I know it, but here we call it Rabbit's Eye. Yes, look, the chain on my arm is made from it. That's what everybody says. There are some outside of Wusai village. You can search there, and I will send someone to inform the master. Stones have no wisdom. Can you help me stabilize the blade heart? Of course, you have to trust us. My master and the Grand Warlock will be in the Hall of Silence at the moment. Using the power of the Dark Source, they will create a Dihuan sacrifice formation which will help you to stabilize the blade heart.
Ilawalashi, you always used to be so determined and self-confident. Why are you so hesitant when you come to Heavenly Ridge?
It isn't like other places here. Here you have to think things through before acting.
The longer you think about it, the more pain the people will suffer, in my opinion.
Supreme General, Ilawalashi will make the decision in this matter. Despite your great service, you are not yet king of Wujiao.
You little girl.
Although I don't play an important role, I know how to be responsible and loyal.
That's enough. I have arranged with the young summoner that no one should act precipitously before Spiritopolis sends an answer.
Let's take a look.
The Supreme General is so impulsive. It would be bad if something happened. Arong, go follow him.
Yes.
Wait, I'm looking for Shire. I'm looking for our great sorceress It's not our intent to insult Heavenly Ridge, but Shire... In the royal battle, Shire not only lost her many relatives, but her soul of harmony and soul of virtue also suffered damage. It only takes a little excitement for her to lose her mind. Towards the cemetery, apparently. Don't worry. As soon as I find her, I'll take her right back to camp.
Yuanga, stand back. An evildoer is on their way.
Brother, what should we do if the Heavenly Ridge finds out we have secretly inhaled malignant chi? I'm afraid that not even the Supreme General can protect us.
Well, we've started now, so let's just continue.
You already came here. Why didn't you want to see me? Who are your parents?
My father is Mingyun Chen, the Grand Summoner of Heavenly Ridge. You rescued me. He will thank you.
Mingyun Chen. Oh, time passes. Child. This child is grown.
No, I'm fine. Auntie, who are you?
My name is Shaya, and I'm the Grand Sorceress of the Nocturnal Spirits.
You just killed a member of your own tribe. Will you have problems when you return?
Are you worried about me? Don't worry. Ilawalashi has already ordered that the members of our tribe are not allowed to accept any malignant chi, and that the ground vein may not be destroyed. Anyone who violates that will be killed. Even if I hadn't killed them, they would not have escaped death. They are all subordinates of my brother, so how could it be?
Don't worry. If the members of your tribe don't believe you, I'll testify for you. Deal.
Oh, my head hurts.
Is everything okay?
Don't come closer. The promises, the oaths, all lies!
Oh, it's lucky my mother doesn't have a temper like that. Oh no! Did the Nocturnal Spirits destroy our cemetery? There is a Guardian Stone Sprite in the Tranquil Tower. Its power is considerable, but using it costs a lot of soul force. My father says that it can only be activated in times of extreme need. Take my talisman to awaken the Stone Sprite and help him to...
Mingyuanga, it's too late. We need to go.
All right. Mother, I'll visit you in a few days.
Do not underestimate the chaotic nocturnal spirits. If we return to Wutsai village and report the situation to the young summoner and Yilong, we'll be able to solve all the problems.
Yilang has been conspiring with Mingyu Chang. She has betrayed the Wu Chao. Yilang has been conspiring with Mingyu Chang. She has betrayed the Wu Chao. Yilang has been conspiring with Mingyu Chang. She has betrayed the Wu Chao. Kill Yilang! Long live the general! Yilang has been conspiring with Ming Yuchan. She has betrayed the Wu Chao.
Shh! Quiet! Don't trouble her. Let her calm down. Oh. Now it can be said that our clan's earlier suspicion about the general was not unfounded. During the devastating battle, there was a rumor in the clan that the general had collaborated with the enemy, and that was why the Hejao clan... Later, I personally tested the power of the demon sword, and the rumors gradually died down. But the suspicion of his treason never You stop paying attention for a moment, and just like that, a disaster strikes within your own four walls. Ilowalashi, is this how you nocturnal spirits want to show your reverence to the Heavenly Ridge? Don't worry, young summoner. I'll have Shia summoned right away. I'm sure everything will clear itself up. I hope so. Did you find the Crimson Cloudstones we need? Good. Very good. The Mentor just sent me a letter. He says that he and the Grand Warlock are ready and waiting for you in the... The general came from a noble family. Later, he married our clan's high priestess. We thought he would be the next king of Wu Zhao. Surprisingly, my father named my younger brother as leader because he loved him very much. At the time, he wasn't even 10 years old. The general didn't say anything, but deep down he harbored a grudge. He left the clan abruptly and took a few people with him. Even after a few years, he hadn't returned.
A good for nothing. Of course no one's dealing with him.
Who goes there? That's...
It seems you're familiar with his power. Someone
no matter how
asked me to give you this sword.
I won't accept gifts from enemies.
You will.
Feng Ming has already told me everything since Kun Wuzi entrusted this to me personally. The Grand Warlock and I will help, of course.
The Hall of Silence is a place that lies on the way to the Yinhua source. Of course, it's full of malignant qi.
The Grand Warlock and I are here. You don't have to worry. Go to the source. Use your soul force there to make the 6 violet lotuses blossom. Then,
Grand Summoner! Someone is attacking secretly!
The demon sword is in my hand. Hand over the Yinhua source, and I will spare you.
You can't defeat him.
Grand Summoner.
Fall back.
Someone is attacking secretly.
The Earth Emperor's sacrifice formation was just interrupted unexpectedly. How do you feel now? Did you notice Xia's sword? That's just a minor matter. Don't be nervous. Although Xia has now been forced back, her clan on the Mountain of Transience is still very active. The Grand Warlock and I must dispatch people quickly to resolve the problem there. Please, excuse me. All right. Go to Jing and let him... Going to the Mountain of Transience at this time? You are truly brave. Fine. But first I have to open the gate seal on the Hall of Sun. You have to deal with the remaining nocturnal spirits while I recite the spell. Don't let them disturb me.
No longer have to endure your hostile lips.
Would Ilawalashi dare to oppose the general if she knew about it?
I can hide in it.
That is a good malignant chi. Why don't you... a good malignant chi. Why don't you absorb it?
On the Mountain of Transience, there is a Reaper called Jingmu, who is a stalwart subordinate. I've lost contact with him since the nocturnal spirits entered the Hall of Silence. When you get there, check if he still lives for me.
Have you come from the Hall of Silence? Have the nocturnal spirits there all been forced back? Outstanding. Now we just have to hunt down the nocturnal... Did you see Yao Gu just as you arrived? He's supposed to be fighting the nocturnal spirits nearby.
The goddess Nuwa demands that we should be tolerant and benevolent. But that doesn't mean I'm willing to let those who dare to invade Heavenly Ridge get away with it.
General!
Would Ilawalashi dare to oppose the General if she knew about it?
In the name of Goddess Nuwa, the Reapers have been protecting the local Yinhua source for generations. But I too have no idea what exactly this source contains.
Don't make a sound. Otherwise, you'll draw the nocturnal spirit's attention. Apparently, the General Xia rebelled. He not only kidnapped Yi Lang, but killed several guards too. Do you know her? Hey, what are you doing? There are so many of them. If you go now, then it's certain death. Have no fear. I've already informed Elder Feng Yisheng about the Reaper and asked, what? Do you doubt Elder Feng's strength? Xia seems to harbor a deep hatred for her and struck her multiple times with the sword. But the brave young lady didn't beg for mercy, even though her teeth shattered with the pain.